Hello students, welcome back in the fourth part or the last part of the chapter number 16 of social science. The name of the chapter is Local Self-Government. In previous sessions we have already learnt about the Gram Panchayat, Taluka Panchayat, District Panchayat. Also we learnt about the municipality. Also we learnt about the formation, administration and functions of Gram Panchayat, Taluka Panchayat, District Panchayat, Municipality and Social Justice Committee. Now in this session we are moving ahead to corporations. Number of members in corporation is decided on the basis of population. Members of corporation are known as councillor or corporator. The head of corporation is called the mayor. There are 8 corporations in Gujarat. They are Surat, Ahmedabad, Vadodara, Gandhinagar, Rajkot, Jamnagar, Bhavnagar, Junagadh. Now students, number of members in corporation is decided on the basis of population. And members of corporation are also known as councillors or corporators. The head of the corporation is called the mayor. We have 8 corporations in Gujarat and they are in Surat, Ahmedabad, Vadodara, Gandhinagar, Rajkot, Jamnagar, Bhavnagar and Junagadh. Now let's see the composition of corporations. The municipality is divided into different wards. A ward is the area having population up to 75,000. Means municipality is divided into different wards and one ward means one area having the population of up to 75,000 people. And 75,000 people lives in the area which is called ward. There are 4 members, out of them 50% are reserved for female members. There are 4 members in corporation and out of them 50% are reserved for female members. That means 2 are female and out of 4, 2 are female and 2 are male. All voters in the city can vote in polls and elect their own local corporator. Now the head of the corporation is called corporator and all voters in the city can vote in polls and they have right to elect their own corporator. Members elected from different wards elect the mayor through majority. Now from different wards different corporators are elected and these corporators or these members, elected members, elect the head of them which is called mayor, and mayor is elected by the majority voting of these elected members. The mayor holds his or her post for 2.5 years. The tenure of mayor is 2.5 years. Now let's move ahead to administration of corporation. Various committees are formed from elected members, among which standing committee is the most important. The administrative head of the municipality is considered as municipal commissioner. He is appointed by the state government. Now, like municipality, in corporation also various committees are formed, and among all these committees, standing committee is the most important committee, and the administrative head of municipality is called municipal commissioner, and municipal commissioner is appointed by the state government. Let's move ahead to the functions of corporation. There is more population in cities, so the work has to be done with more responsibility for the development and well-being of the citizens. Maintenance of public hygiene and sanitation, provision and distribution of pure drinking water, drainage system, cleanliness and disposal of garbage, construction and maintenance of roads, arrangement of street lights. Now these are the functions of corporation because we all know that in city population is dense, so work has to be done very responsibly. So for well-being of the citizens, these corporations are doing the maintenance of public hygiene and sanitation. They provide pure drinking water. Also, they look after the drainage system and cleanliness, and also the disposal of garbage. They also look after the construction and maintenance of roads, also arrangement of street lights. All these are the functions of municipal corporation. Apart from this, arrangement of primary education, construction of libraries, playgrounds and gardens, control adulteration in the edible items, and registration of birth, death and marriages. Means to keep record of birth, death and marriages, also the construction of libraries, playgrounds and gardens for the citizens, and the arrangement of primary education with control adulteration or in the edible items. All these are the functions of corporation. Let's move ahead to the collector. Collector is an administrative head of the district. Besides being collector, she works as a district magistrate and district election officer. Candidates are selected through UPSC, Union of Public Service Commission. So, collector is the administrative head of the district. Beside this, collector or she works as a district magistrate and district election officer. Means collector is the head of the district and also he is a district magistrate, or we can say the district election officer. And these candidates are elected through UPSC exams. The full form of UPSC is Union Public Service Commission, or through the promotions. State government appoints him, her. She maintains the administrative system in the district. It is collector's duty to ensure that there is no shortage of essential commodities in the district. Now, it is the main duty of collector that no shortage of essential commodities has been in the district, in his area, in his district. It is the collector's duty to ensure that there will be no shortage of essential commodities. State government appoints collector, and he or she, whoever the collector is, has to maintain the administrative system in the district. Now next is role of district collector is very important in Panchayati Raj. Means not only for the district but for the Panchayati Raj, the role of district collector is very important. Coordinates and manages the works of all departments at the district level. Now it is the work of district collector to coordinate and manage the works of all the departments at the district level. Whatever department comes in the at the district level, district collector has to coordinate with them and manages and resolve the issues of the district. Collector is the secretary of district planning committee, which is responsible for the development of entire district. Now, the development of entire district, there is a committee which is called district planning committee, and collector is the secretary of this committee. It determines the number of members of the Gram Panchayat, allots the reserved seats in the Gram Panchayat. Now, he or she allots the reserved seats in the Gram Panchayat, and the number of seats of the Gram Panchayat determines it. He determines to reserve the position of Sarpanch for the scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, socially and educationally backward class and women. He also reserved the position of Sarpanch for the SC/ST and socially and educationally backward class or the women. That means there is a provision that like I already discussed that 50% seats are reserved for women. So in this district collector, for the post of district collector also seats are reserved, and in Gram Panchayat also the seats are reserved for the SC/ST and socially and educationally backward class or the women for the post of Sarpanch. Next is Mamlatdar. Mamlatdar is an administrative head of taluka level. His or her selection is done through the examination of promotion conducted by the State Public Service Commission, that is GPSC. Now Mamlatdar is an administration head of taluka level, and his selection is done through the promotion or the examination of GPSC, means State Public Service Commission. Mamlatdar is a revenue head of taluka which is made up of an average group of 50 villagers or more. Means Mamlatdar we also call the revenue head of taluka, means who looks after the revenue committee or the issues related revenue, means taxes, which is made up of an average group of 50 villagers or more than 50 or more than 50 villagers involved in this committee. As an executive magistrate, he is directly responsible to the collector for the maintenance of law and order. Mamlatdar is also an executive magistrate, so he is directly responsible to the collector for the maintenance of law and order in district. Prepares voter list for the election of local self-government, conducts election, provides various types of certificates, manages and controls midday meals, relief operations at the time of natural disaster, etc. All these are the functions or works which Mamlatdar have to do, means to prepare the voter list for the election of local self-government, conducts election in the district, provides various types of certificates, even manages and controls midday meals, relief operations at the time of natural disasters. All these works comes under the Mamlatdar. Mamlatdar have to look after all these functions. Now next move ahead to Lok Adalats. Lok Adalats have been established with a view to imparting justice to the poor, socially backward people, victims of natural disaster, people having low income, etc., so that they are not deprived from justice. When both the parties agree, they are called to Lok Adalat. Now Lok Adalats are established for the poor people so that they are not imparting from justice. They also have a right to get justice, but poor people can't afford the expense of courts. So these Lok Adalats have been established so that the socially backward people or the victims of natural disaster or the people having low income, they also get justice. And when the both parties agree on one decision, then they are called to Lok Adalat. Lok Adalats are the best option to solve disputes, and it is the best option to solve disputes between two. Long-term cases are disposed in such a way that no one loses or no one wins. In Lok Adalats, when the case is extended for the long time, then it is disposed of in such a way that no one loses or no one wins the case. No expense in there to file a case in it. In Lok Adalats, there is no expense to case any file. Long pending cases in court affairs are resolved and settled satisfactorily. In Lok Adalats, long pending cases are resolved very satisfactorily and in settled manner. Lok Adalat frees the parties and witness from the difficulties of frequent visits to courts. When the case is filed in Lok Adalat, then parties are free from the witnesses and the difficulties of frequent visit to courts. When settlement and agreement does not become possible, then Lok Adalat takes up the case in hand and decides judgment that is acceptable to all the parties. When in any case, if the settlement or agreement does not become possible, means no one is no one accepting or no one wants to settle the case, then Lok Adalats takes up the case in its hand and decides the judgment, and then both the parties have to accept the judgment of Lok Adalat. The order of Lok Adalat is the final order. Lok Adalat brings the end of disputes. Both the parties get justice and dispute is resolved. So the order of Lok Adalat is the final order, and the dispute becomes and both the parties have to accept the decision of Lok Adalat, and this way the dispute is resolved. Money and time is saved. A permanent Lok Adalat has been established in the districts of the state Gujarat by Gujarat Bar Association and Gujarat High Court, Ahmedabad. Now the implementation or establishment of this Lok Adalats in the district of Gujarat, means in our state Gujarat, by Gujarat Bar Association and Gujarat High Court, Ahmedabad. And in Lok Adalats, money and time is saved. There is no fee to file a case in the Lok Adalat or to take any action. So there is no fee to file any case in the Lok Adalat or to take any action. There is no expense in the and the poor people also get justice through these Lok Adalats in very cheap expense, because while filing a case there is no fee. So this is all for the today. I hope you all understood the chapter very well. If you have any query regarding this chapter, then please ask your queries in interactive session. So note down your queries wherever you have queries in this chapter. Note down in your notebook and ask all the queries in interactive session. We will meet soon with the next chapter. Till then, bye bye. Take care.